Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and right now we're talking about the crazy, insane hype for Superman, for WB's Superman. So let's just talk about the fact that this game is definitely happening. There's way too many rumors and leaks that point to, and not leaks, but just there's people who say they know things and they're saying, yep, it's Superman, but it's not just Superman. It's, you know, a big DC Universe game. And I think that's confirmed at this point. So the main topic, I wanted to do kind of two things in this video. I just want to sort of, I realized I've been thinking about the Superman game a ton and talking about it a ton, or thinking about it. But I never really made a video on it. I made that one video talking about that one 4chan thing, but that was hardly a video about, you know, my hype for this game. And I don't think I barely even touched on it. So I want to make sort of that ultimate video now. So yeah, I made it seem like I wasn't excited for this game, but I am. I'm really excited for this game. And I cannot wait. Now, there's a lot of rumors. So Rocksteady is making a Superman game, but it is a DC Universe game, but Superman is the main character. And it is sort of like the dawn of the Justice League. It happens in a different way. And good. I honestly think that when the Justice League would form, it would be because of Superman. Superman would be like the primary person who would be the one to recruit these other people. I feel like Batman, I don't know, well, because I feel like Batman does his own thing in Gotham. He's always dealing with his villains, he's got his own problems, but Superman would definitely be more concerned with the bigger threats out there, the Darkseid, and the Brainiacs, and the General Zods of the world, who will come down and destroy everything if Superman isn't there to stop them. So I feel like he would be the one to recruit, or him and Superman and Batman together, and Wonder Woman. All three of them would be the ones who would found the Justice League, and, you know, of course, and the Flash, and Green Lantern, and etc. But this is perfect to me. Now, let's talk about a couple of the things that are being rumored. One of the things, and I am so excited, apparently Darkseid, well, apparently apocalyptic, you know, the army of Apocalypse, they're the main threat of the game, and thank God for that, right? Now, here's one issue, and maybe I can be enlightened by somebody. What threat is there that's more threatening than Apocalypse and Darkseid? What threat is there more than that? Because I feel like, this is kind of a dumb complaint, I think, but isn't Darkseid and Apocalypse, isn't that kind of like the ultimate threat in the DC Universe? I mean, I think there are some other people who pose even a bigger threat. But isn't he kind of like the ultimate bad guy of the DC Universe? So, you know, if they kind of use him now, it's like, okay, so in the next game we're going to have somebody who's weaker, right? That's just a minor thing I was wondering. I don't care about that, though. I want Darkseid, I want Apocalypse in this game. And does Superman have to kill Darkseid and destroy him? No, he could still be alive and come back in a future game, of course. That's what I hope they would do. Now, the consensus of this game is that you have full control on Superman, that he is as powerful as possible. He's not toned down at all. And, you know, the apocalyptic forces are the best enemy to have. I mean, a boss fight with Darkseid and Superman are almost on par. I think Darkseid is a little bit stronger than Superman, but Darkseid is the perfect enemy for Superman. The final boss of that game, Darkseid and Superman, like, This would be the greatest freaking boss fight, like, in gaming history. Superman versus Darkseid. That is just the ultimate fight, and we're about to have it. But in any sense, yeah. So Superman will be fully powerful, and apparently the Justice League will be formed in this game. But this isn't a Justice League game. It is just you meet Wonder Woman, you meet Batman, you meet the Flash and Green Lantern. Apparently, you meet them, and you know, by the end of the game, Justice League gets formed, and then Justice League would be the next game. In my 4chan video that I talked about, I said that, nah, I don't know, I don't think Justice League would be next. But I guess I'm wrong. I mean, that just sounds like what it is. So, I guess good on that leaker for either having a really good guess or for actually maybe knowing something. That's pretty interesting. But, so apparently you meet members of the Justice League, and by the end you found the Justice League. But in the game, it would work sort of how Batman Arkham Knight works, where, you know, you have all your friends, the Bat family, Nightwing, Robin, and I forget everyone else. But there weren't that many. I mean, there was Batgirl in like side missions and whatnot, and Red Hood at the end of the game. So yeah, it seems like these members of the Justice League will help you out in the campaign, and it's a single player game. But yeah, and then there's also another piece of information that says that Brainiac is actually the there's this I don't know what to call it, but there's this thing they do in video games and movies where there's a villain, and you know, that's the villain that they show off. But then, oh, there's actually a bigger villain, the actual villain. They do this in Legend of Zelda a lot. If you remember, in Twilight Princess, there's Zant, and then Ganondorf, and then in Skyward Sword, it's Girahim, and then Demise, who is Ganondorf. Yeah, and you know, that whole thing. They do this in a lot of movies. You know, and once again, Arkham Knight, you had Arkham Knight, and then, but really, Scarecrow was the big bad of the game. The main source of the game's issues comes from Scarecrow, not Red Hood. I mean, well, he is Red Hood, but Arkham Knight. So that's probably what'll happen here. Brainiac will be a part of this game. He will look like the big bad, which I think might be a mistake. I don't know. I guess this is an unpopular opinion, but we just had Brainiac in Injustice 2. We already had Superman and Batman and everybody talking about how to stop Brainiac. We already had Brainiac talking about his plans, and I mean, we just had this. It would just be a rehash. Even if he's different, it would still... Even if he's different, I don't want him to be different, though. He was so good in Injustice 2 that I just don't want him at all. I just want someone else, you know? But anyway, moving on. So, you know, technically, who would replace Brainiac? That's a tough question. I don't know. Maybe General Zod? But I don't know if General Zod and Darkseid, I don't know if their ideologies really correlate for what they want, but, you know, who knows? It could be anybody. And then I guess we'll do a quick rundown of characters who I think will be in this game. Lex Luthor, he has to be in this game. He is Superman's, you know, he is like Superman's Joker, pretty much. He is like Superman's main bad guy. You know, not the most powerful, but he is like his main enemy. And I don't actually think he would be a bad guy in this game. I think what would probably happen is prior to this game's story, they probably would be villains foils to each other. But this event of Darkseid invading puts that whole thing on hold, and then they're like, all right, look. What always happens with the Luthors, by the way, is they always side with Earth. They don't side with the aliens. That is what always happens. So if Lex Luthor's in this game, you can totally expect the Luthors, Lex Luthor, to not side with the alien bad guys. They will always side with Earth. You know, that was kind of Lex Luthor's big thing in Batman v Superman, where he didn't like Superman because he's an alien from a different planet. That's like the literal reason why he hated him. And that's why he wanted Batman to kill him, essentially. He wanted to make a fool out of him, and then he wanted him to die. But yeah. So the Lex Luthor, so keep that in mind. The Luthors do not like aliens. They will side with Earth. Or they will use aliens to get what they want, which is, you know, power. Power, money, whatever. To be the rulers of Earth, I guess, but they want to do it, not aliens. So that's another thing. If Lex Luthor is in this game, there's no way he would be siding with Darkseid or anything like that. Or even if he does, he's not going to stay that way till the end. And if he does, then that's a big difference than normal. That would be cool to see. But usually, Lex Luthor does not side with the aliens. He usually sides with Earth, his home planet. But anyway, so let's, I guess I'll finish this up a little bit. So, what are my hopes for this game? My hopes for this game is, first of all, I gotta say this, boss fights have to return. Literally, Arkham Knight, Batman Arkham Knight, that would have been probably my favorite game of all time if there were boss battles. I know that sounds dumb, but literally play Batman Arkham City and then play Arkham Knight and you will feel exactly the same. You will be like, this game would have been like the greatest game ever if it had boss battles. But the fact that it doesn't have boss battles just, it makes the whole thing weird. Like the Arkham Knight, you never actually fight the Arkham Knight. In hand-to-hand combat, you never fight him, really. Well, you have like a very, very small, tiny, teeny, weeny little fight at the end for a very short amount of time. It's more of a stealth thing. So that doesn't count. But like Arkham City, you know what I'm saying? Solomon Grundy, Clayface, whoever the hell else were in that game. Arkham Origins, the Deathstroke fight, dude, come on. And then, you know, all the Bane fights and the Killer Croc fight and the Copperhead fight and everything, and you know. This game, what I'm saying, this game needs boss fights. It needs it. That is what made every other Arkham game great, and it's what made Arkham Knight sort of lacking, in my opinion. So boss battles. What else? We need to feel like we're playing as Superman, which I think they're going to deliver on that. So that sounds like it's happening. Honestly, and the Justice League characters like Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, and I didn't need those characters in the game, but if they're in the game, fantastic. You know, awesome. And most of all, I just want the game to be good. The graphics are I don't even have to talk about the graphics. Rocksteady is incredible with their graphics. Arkham Asylum looked great when it came out, and then Arkham City looked fantastic when it came out, and then Arkham Knight looked so beautiful. Arkham Knight is an amazing looking game. So I have full I completely trust Rocksteady to make a completely amazing looking game. That's not even a concern. That's not even a concern. Like, Rocksteady's only problem, like, Rocksteady is like a miracle company. They like always get it right. The only time they ever get it wrong is, you know, in Arkham Knight, I kind of didn't really like the way the story played out. And the only other issue is I didn't like how much the Batmobile was used, but like I still thought it was like a great mechanic. Like in any other game, that would be phenomenal. But in Batman Arkham Knight, it's like there's like other things we want to do as Batman, and that took up so much time. Like for instance, imagine if in this Superman game, or imagine in the Spider-Man game, you spend a lot of the game in a tank shooting at people. Like, if you've never played a Batman Arkham game, imagine in this upcoming Spider-Man game, you're sitting in a car shooting at people for like 40% of the game. Would you be happy about that? Like, I don't think so. It would take away from the web swinging and the flying around the city, swinging around the city and helping people, right? Well, it's the same thing. So Rocksteady's only issues ever are sometimes not writing a good enough story, which is not even like their problem. That's just a writing. That's just a creative issue. That's not like they're not good at coding or something. That's just a you just gotta hire a better writer. And also, I feel like sometimes their ideas aren't fully fleshed out. Once again, that's just a matter of you gotta hire a better idea person. You know? So, if they had those incredible writers, if they had those incredible creative people coming up with just the greatest freaking ideas ever, Rocksteady could code it all in and make it. That's why Arkham City is like one of my favorite games of all time. In that game, like, everything worked out. Everything was fantastic. All the ideas were there. The ideas were there, and Rocksteady's amazing development team was able to code the whole thing together and create an amazing experience. Yeah. So, I think I touched on everything I wanted to talk about. I wanted this to kind of be more of like the ultimate video, because I really don't know what else to say about. I really don't even know what else to think about this game. I just want to know what it is. I want to see the trailer, and then I want to know how long I have to wait for this game, because I get the feeling it's going to be a long time. But there's also rumors saying that it comes out this year. I really doubt that, but it's possible. It is possible. Now that's me being a pessimist. I have to say, I say that because not because I don't think they could reveal the game and then literally release it in like 5 months from now, but I'm just saying that I'm such a pessimist and I try to have low expectations for everything. That just doesn't seem realistic to me. I mean, Arkham Knight was revealed. Well, no, I take it back. Arkham Knight was revealed and it was supposed to come out like not too long after, and then it was delayed. So, yeah, it's possible. It could get revealed in June and say, "All right, guys, October." October is when things have come out before. Arkham City, I think, was revealed sometime before that year's E3, and then it came out in October. So it's possible. It's just the way things are now. I feel like things get revealed, and then they're like, all right, this is going to come out in like 3 years from now. All right, but that's it. I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. I can't wait to see what this game is. And it's happening, guys. Everyone, there's the whole Hitman thing that's happening. I think they're just revealing that game because because if they reveal Superman first, it would get completely overshadowed. Nobody would even know that is even happening. if they revealed Superman first, then Hitman. So I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to be, okay, let's get this Hitman stuff out there so that it at least has a chance to get into people's minds for like a couple days, and then Superman shows up, and then you know, forget it, and then it's done. And then Hitman releases, nobody cares, and then Superman comes out and everyone freaks the hell out. But that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. So, thank you for watching. If you liked this Rocksteady Superman analysis of what I think we're going to get in this game, leave a like and leave a comment telling me what you think. Are you excited for E3? Are you excited? Yeah, that's going to do it. So, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Keep on finding. Have a fantastic day.